Good evening. It is week 2 of the preseason, and we're fired up watching some preseason games. We're talking about fantasy footballers in full draft season, full draft mode. We're here to take any and all of your questions. We're going to talk football, we're going to talk fantasy, we're going to talk about all things in between. Let's get it started. Do you think there's some bass in there? There's probably a bass player in there, right?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds like that could be like a duo, the electric and the bass. I've got our band members here. I am your shepherd, and welcome to the Fantasy Goats. We are going to do a fantasy football live draft. Q&A. We'll talk strategies. We'll talk draft targets. We'll talk about the players' values. We'll talk whatever you want, actually. But to do it with me, I've got the Commissioner Rhino. How are you, Commissioner Rhino?
I am doing good, man. I'm ready for this weekend. I got the game set to record so I can watch a little bit of that after SmackDown. You know, because I got my two loves going on tonight: wrestling and football. Football and wrestling.
Fantasy wrestling.
Oh,
What's
fantasy.
What's up, Jason Goat? How are you? We got one of the goat of goats in the building today. Maybe he's getting ready for his Bears to take the field this weekend. Hopefully we get to see a little Caleb. Hopefully we get to see a little Rome, DJ Moore, who's going to be carrying the rock. That's one of those big time questions that we have. We all think it's going to be DeAndre Swift, but I don't know, JX Fantasy War Chief. I don't know how much we're going to see of DeAndre Swift this season, or how much of a featured laid back DeAndre Swift is going to be. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think he's going to be a part of the offense. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense.
I think he's going to be part of the offense.
No, I think he's going to be a big part. Unless
Yeah.
like I said, we're seeing some unconventional stuff out of Chicago. I mean, he's in line to absolutely take it. 80% of the carries. I'm just not a believer in the Monangai. I'm not a believer in the Roshan Johnson. They're just not really big immediate threats to me. I think it's his backfield to lose until otherwise.
Yeah, I think one guy is more aligned to take Roshan Johnson's spot than DeAndre Swift's spot. And then I started thinking there's a rumor floating around that Brian Robinson Jr. might be on the trading block. What team would he be traded to? Maybe, and how would that look? Which I don't even understand that. I would think they would trade Eckler before they trade Brian Robinson Jr. But I think they think they'll get more value draft pick trading Robinson Jr. before Eckler.
Well, that's for sure. Didn't I just trade Brian Robinson Jr.? I just traded Brian Robinson Jr., I don't know why in the world the Commanders wouldn't want to trade Brian Robinson Jr. Clearly, he's not that efficient of a running back. He's still very young, but
very young.
All reports, all tidbits, all clips, all this, everybody and their freaking grandmother is all over Jakarski Merritt. But I don't know. I don't know how much we should be reading into that guy either. So I don't know if Brian Robinson's I don't know if he's on the move.
I don't either.
Brian Robinson's also in that bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Of 2022 running backs without an extension. He's on his 4th year as well. So And we all know, I mean, he's been relatively healthy ever since his 50 Cent experience.
He picked up last year a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yes, a little bit. But relatively good health compared to someone like Breece Hall who missed an entire year.
Yeah, nothing
Yes.
major.
I mean, I just don't think he provides a whole lot of versatility. So that kind of makes him expendable for me. And I think the NFL looks at it that way as well. If you provide a service, yeah, like we'll treat you as such. But the more versatile you are, you do so many different things. It's easier for me to keep you. It's easier for me to pay you. And Brian Robinson doesn't fall into that category.
Yep, he's a very capable receiver. So they just
Mm.
chose not to throw to him when Eckler was out last year. There was a lot of that. He got a lot more targets when Eckler was out.
I understand it, but that's like me saying like I can run. Like I can run, but it's not like Tyreek Hill can actually run. You know, like
There, right.
you know, like
There's the ability to like get your like legs into that running type of deal
Yeah,
in motion, and then there's like an actual like track
yeah,
runner. Yeah,
exactly.
I get
That's
it.
how I feel about Brian Thomas too. Like, yeah, he can catch, but like, no, Austin Eckler can actually catch,
He just
and
can't run that good.
yeah, Ja'Cory Merritt, like he can actually catch, like he actually can catch, like like I said, what's the old saying? Like, well, I don't think it's old, but like a Chrysler 300 looks like a Rolls Royce until a Rolls Royce pulls up. I think it sounds the same exact thing. Like, yeah, we think he can catch, but like not like Austin Eckler can catch and run routes. So.
I have never heard that analogy before.
Oh, you never heard that? I'm glad I put you onto that.
It's a perfect analogy also. But let's get back to Chicago for a second. Let's get back to Chicago. We're not in on Kyle Monangai, but didn't we just do a NFC North preview regarding how this might be a dark horse? This could be a late round pickup. I mean, like this dude that went to Rutgers, right?
Rutgers, yep.
I mean, it's possible. Now, the only thing that's again the only perplexing part of this really is, to me, is Roshan Johnson's role, because something still troubles me, bothers me, keeps me up at night, amongst
As
other
the
things.
as the preseason games roll along, right, your thoughts change. So, like my thought before the preseason game was like, oh yeah, like Monangai, he can definitely have himself a role and on this team, and he needs to prove himself still. But then the first preseason comes around. No one that is going to have significant playing time at this point played in that game. Kyle Monangai played a good portion of that game, so we're still trying to figure Kyle Monangai out. Which means they're already sold on what Roshan can do and what, excuse me, DeAndre Swift can do. So if they're already too deep at that position, I just came out of that preseason game going, okay, I'm not as confident in Monangai as I was before.
Isn't Roshan hurt? Does he have a foot injury?
If it's serious, then this is the first I've heard
Well,
of it.
as a matter of fact, I got the good doc thread, his daily or his weekly diary here. Deepak, your friend,
My guy.
Your guy, yes. I don't really know him that I don't know him like that, but he does excellent work. I don't see anything here yet. Colts. No, I don't have anything here regarding.
I know. One time early in off season, he did.
Why don't we go? We should go through this entire thread here, because he does start with one of your guys, obviously. But yeah, there's again, I like Roshan also. That's the thing, and I don't think, and I'm still not sold. Why aren't I sold? Because I haven't drafted him yet. I don't think that Ben Johnson is sold on DeAndre Swift.
No, and I think Roshan Johnson is the more efficient runner last year too.
And the dude that should be in on third down.
Yeah.
To pass, protect, and to pass catch. And he was getting some of that goal line work last season. Now, again, completely different operation. Matthew Stafford leads off this dude's list. By the way, Goats, if you're joining us right now, and you want to hear some injury news and notes from the great Deepak Chona, Sports MD Analysis. Why don't you give us a like? If you're joining us brand new and you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. We appreciate you.
Help a brother out here. Help a goat out.
Let's be algo friendly. Hit that like, sniper. I have no beer. I thought that said beer. I have no beer favorites. I have no beer favorites. Well, yeah, we know why you don't have any beer favorites. Rams Stafford likely disc herniation, susceptible to re-aggravation with rotation. Essentially throwing tested last week, didn't respond well. Planning retest this week. Okay. What's your level of concern there, Rams fans?
I am. If he's good to go, he's good to go. If not, I'm happy and perfectly happy with Jimmy G. He did take the 49ers to a championship game. I trust him more in the Rams system than the Raiders system. I have no problems. No problem. No worry.
My concern has went from a 2 to a 4. I'm getting more concerned by the week. I just want to see him practice. Like, I'm not worried about him playing this season. I'm just concerned that it's going to be a slow start to the season. You have to practice football. You have to be on time for rhythm. I know he's been doing this for 45 years, but hey, man, you gotta push the pedals a little bit to remember how to ride a bike. Like, you have to. Like, that's what I'm concerned about. Like I said, I think he's playing the season. Honestly, I think they talked about this before they signed the contract, but that's a whole different story. But anyway, yeah, I'm just a little concerned about him missing reps and practices off.
I think he'll be good to go. It's just, I think even the doc said that it might just take, he can play, but it might just take one bad sack where a lineman lands on him wrong to aggravate it.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. Then he shouldn't play. Then it shouldn't be a. If that's the case where one sack is just going to take you out, then we need to put the notion on, okay, you're not playing. He's not playing. Just say that. Because I would hate for it to be the week before or the week of, and we're like, well, dream's over, And
I do think if he does play, I think we're going to see a lot more 12 personnel and maybe 13 personnel.
I mean, scary situation.
Yeah,
it's getting scarier by the day.
They seem, the Rams, McVay, West, they seem to be awfully confident as to have Jimmy G as the backup. I mean, like, they obviously, I guess we're gonna have to roll with their assessment and their opinions. Oh, hopefully, I mean, again, I know we've said this, whether it's been on a space or whether it's been here, even last season, just talking for the last few years, the biggest thing for the Rams was going to be his health always.
The whole team's health.
His health.
The last 3 years, it seems like the Rams to start a season with injuries, and they get out to a 1-4 start, 1-5 start, 2-6 start. If they can just start the season healthy, somewhat healthy, and get going, they'll be fine.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just him for once. We not slow, start slow. That's what I'm saying is my concern. Like, why does it have to be another amazing comeback by the Rams? Like, can we just be playing good from the beginning of the season and take it all the way out? Like
10-7 on the road.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's tough, man. Like, but it is what it is. But gotta monitor it.
I meant, I was, like I said, I was up very, very late early, and I was just going through my apps, my teams. I love my team so much, and I came across, I wanted to go through the Scott Fishbowl roster, and I came across one of my late draft picks in Jarquez Hunter. The Hunter. Very happy that I have him on the team. Very happy. And I meant to put out a post, so I took a screenshot. I want to do a post with Jarquez Hunter and say something sarcastic or something, and I didn't do it. But I got the photo. I'll do it tomorrow. In any event, Kyron Williams. I mean, the ADP, the draft range hasn't changed much at all.
No.
Puka's draft range hasn't changed much at all. Devontae Adams, nothing's really changed for the Rams, and as if Stafford was fully healthy. Here's somebody who's not fully healthy, working through some things. That's a quote. A.J. Brown returned in limited practice ×2, then did not practice. Raises concerns with setbacks, but doesn't confirm it. The initial week 1 timeline to return implies low severity and therefore low injury risk. Leaning towards playing week 1. And
Isn't this an injury he tests half every year?
it's kind
At
of
some point.
It's kind of vague.
In season.
It's kind of vague, like working through some things. Like what is he working through? Like does he need to go get a book? I don't know. What is he working through? Is he working through a hamstring? Is he working through an ankle? Is he working through a shoulder? What is he working through? So that's vague. That's vague. That doesn't really help us. But leaning towards playing week 1, that's okay. That's kind of positive. Let's get to one of the biggest flags that we have. The mother flag. Pound Giants. Malik Neighbors, greater risk than other wide receiver ones. D-Pack, I don't really, I'm gonna go and scroll past this one. Yeah.
Now, why?
Because
it's funny
because he plays.
I know, but I know why
plays.
he wants to scroll past, because he's talking negative. He's
No,
a high severity of it reoccurring. He's had the same issue with his toe since college.
Okay, so here's this reads pretty unbiased. Okay, greater risk than other wide receivers, has practiced, but not in 1 week due to chronic toe injury. As he's been managing this since college, we'd lean towards him playing week 1. I'm going to lean towards him playing week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This is load management. Load management.
What kind of toe injury would linger on for since his college days?
If I had to take a stab at it, it would be turf toe. What else is it?
I don't know. I mean,
which is really turf toe, like for real, is kind of like some sort of like ligament or something like an impingement in that actual toe. Like it is like a micro, like a very, very small ligament or tendon in there. That's what turf toe really is. It's a pain. It's a bitch. But it's manageable. But it's manageable.
In the 70s, they just chopped that damn toe off and
no,
went out there.
I bet you Malik wouldn't miss a beat with 9.
No.
I bet. Lion, Sam Laporta.
Undisclosed.
Yes, that's right. What, are you? Do you see the same thing I am?
No. Because I saw that this morning, and then I reposted it.
You can take some of the stress off my vocal cords. But yeah, no. Sam Laporta, undisclosed injury, likely to miss chunk of preseason time. Bucks, almost the same thing. Bucks, Chris Godwin, still not off PUP. Lean toward starting week 1 on PUP. Oh, yeah. Projected for 20% initial dip. If only 1 surgery. He had 2, so progress equals likely slower. All right. 50-yard kick, 57.
And we talked about this too. What if Mbuka and McMillan are just balling out, and when he comes back, what do they do?
JX, War Chief.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. Yeah, I mean, it's just I think maybe this is the reason why they took Mbuka in the first place, though, right? So I guess it's like, what happens if Chris Godwin comes back? I mean, we were prepared for this. We were prepared to be 4 or 5 wide receivers deep, and we'll rotate you guys as we thought we were going to. Yeah, I mean, they know the timeline. They knew what they're getting themselves into. They signed to a contract. They know the rehab schedule. Like, they knew that this was going to be a possibility. I don't think none of this is a surprise for the Bucks.
But did they know he had? Did they know he had to have a second operation though? I think that came out after his contract signing because people
I
seemed
think that's but
they
no,
acted
I
like,
don't.
that the Buccaneers were surprised about that.
Well, equally surprised by it, I'm sure, was Chris Godwin. So
Yeah.
it's not like he was he wasn't trying to get over on them or anything like that. And I'm sure, like, something, it's not progressing like it was supposed to progress or scheduled to heal. So what do? You go back to the doctor and you get examined. And then this doctor recommends this. So now Chris Godwin is sitting there, like, up in like the little, he's sitting up on the doctor's bench, and he's probably
Legs swinging off the table.
right. His legs are swinging off the table, and he's like sucking his teeth. He's annoyed to hear this news, of course. So then the Bucks are equally annoyed with him. But this is, to JX's exact point, exactly why they went and drafted Ibuka in the first round. I think they would absolutely welcome a healthy Chris Godwin, a fingers crossed healthy Mike Evans. They're two young studs, all fully healthy. Week 12, week 14, week 17, and on, right? Like, you want your team as freaking healthy as possible. They want they want all these weapons available.
And then
What is
I'm reading that Tez Johnson is freaking having a really good camp too.
Tez? Oh, where's mock draft Matthew for that one? Tez.
Tez Johnson.
Let's pull up some Tank Dell highlights for Tez Johnson on perhaps why you chose this sport, and it may not be such a good idea. But Jerry Tez a Jag. I don't know if you're typing. I don't know if it's Jay Wayne. I don't even know what's going on. Again, when I see the Jerry, I have a Jerry email. I've got a J email. I've got a JX email. I've got so many of them. I don't even know what's happening. Anyway, Tyreek Hill oblique. Coach McDaniel implies they're protecting from himself. Yeah, right. They're protecting Tyreek Hill from himself. That team is sick of him. They're all on the hot seat. This is his last go. Maybe not his actual last season, but he's not getting any younger. He sees his friend Odell Beckham trying to get a job right now. He sees what the age cliff looks like. That entire team, with the exception of maybe Devon A-Chain, is in serious trouble.
Yeah, it's big time serious trouble, including head coach. Where there's rumors going around that him and Tyreek Hill are having
including the head coach. Absolutely, he is more likely to be an offensive coordinator next season than he is a head coach, in my opinion.
Yep.
Let's see how it all plays out, though, right? We're almost there. We're almost there to kick off to see it all.
Do you think he'll be gone? Do you think he'll be gone from the Dolphins before McDaniel?
Who?
I think he's trying.
Hill.
Oh, Tyreek?
Yeah, I think he's trying. I think he's slowly trying to push his way out. I mean, if you see that house is starting to burn down, you don't stay there. I mean,
no.
it's starting to burn down.
And his house actually did burn.
The old.
I didn't mean to make that connection, but no, like
his house was on fire too.
Yeah, the old club. The roof is on fire.
But the Dolphins, I just think the whole coaching staff is just kind of like all like on edge, like my job's on the line, and the GM feels the same thing, and the writing's starting to be on the walls. Like Tyreek's like, man, I need to get out of here before this falls apart.
The GM's job is on the line too.
Yes, I'm saying like everybody is jobs on the line.
Yeah. Look, it's just one of those teams. It's one of those situations. I mean, you got Tyreek Hill again. Let's get into the fantasy spin on things. I mean, who do we want? Who do we want from this team? We're going to pay up for Devon Achane based on what he's able to do on the field. Okay? So we're going to maybe take a swing at Jalen Waddle based on his ADP.
I'm taking a swing at Jalen Wright, too.
That would be like the dart throw swing. Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to do that in the 15th, sure. After that, Tua's barely being drafted in the Superflex. Barely.
Yeah.
And then there's Tyreek. Who you're taking now at a good cost, hoping that he can do some magic from 2023.
And it doesn't seem like his ADP has dipped at all. Does it seem that the way to you guys too?
Cheetah's ADP has from our start.
Okay.
From June-ish till now,
Okay.
it's gone down. Because it looked like they patched it up from his Super Bowl comments. It looked like they patched it up, and then all of a sudden it's not good anymore, and now he's injured. Yeah, no, it's taking a dip again.
And then one other dark horse that I guess is probably the preseason talk is Ollie Gordon. That they're saying that he could move into the Raheem Mostert spot, where he's just the goal line dude, within the 10-yard line to the end zone.
Yeah, that definitely is a role that he should be taken immediately. Like I said, you watch a preseason game and it can just completely changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Jalen Wright just sit there and get stuffed over and over and over again. And like I was saying, they brought in Ollie Gordon for a reason. He is not like the other two guys. He's big, he's strong, and that was one of the Dolphins' biggest problems last season. When they got within 5 yards, as fast as Devon Achane is, as good as he can catch, as much of a playmaker he is, he can't get into the end zone from 5 yards out.
No,
they need a guy who can do that, and like I said, they brought Ollie Gordon in.
Why don't we? Juwan Jennings. I almost missed Juwan before we get to the next guy. Juwan Jennings. This is one that we're interested in, considering that we are still clamoring with 2 weeks left to get pieces of Ricky Slick Rick. But Juwan Jennings' calf re-aggravation, average 4 to 6 weeks, has been out. High risk for wide receivers entering seasons. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess he's talking to you, JX.
Yes.
Trade him, Ollie.
What would that trade look like?
Sniper.
Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, maybe.
Try to swing for
So Juwan Jennings, this is almost eerily kind of like CMC last year.
Yeah. The 49ers disseminating injury information. It's not 100% foolproof. It's not, considering how we were duped.
I'm sorry. I see the politics training thing and it's just cracking me up, man.
The politics? What politics? We have politics in here?
To the right.
To the right. Where?
It says,
I don't know.
you don't say it just says news to come. It just anyway. Sorry, got sidetracked. I went through.
Is that on your screen?
Yeah, it's on your screen too.
Is it where?
I see the buck, and then to the right is the sports trading NCAA. Then
what's trending in Twitter? Oh, we can't control that. I can't control that. Gavin Newscomb. Christian Watson, ladies and gentlemen, boys and goats. Clean ACL. He's looked okay. We've seen him on the sideline without a helmet. He looks all right. Average equals 10 months. November, definite possibility to return. October, but likely not before that. hamstrings help protect the ACL with his major hamstring history and second ACL. Conservative Green Bay staff suspect mid-late October at the earliest. Well, it's been the same story, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate. You said the name. You said the name, and I was like, oh, well, we're reading the same thing we read last year.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, I figured we would share that news with the sniper because she's an owner. She's paying the medical insurance. She's paying the health insurance. I'm taking 0 CMC. He sat on your bench enough. What do we got here? Tron Goat Baby. Auction draft yesterday. Took a chance on CMC. Good value. 12-team PPR. Jaden Daniels, the Cheetah, Nick Lauren, Saquon, CMC.
Okonkwo.
Yeah.
I said it right tonight.
Well, it's not. The last name isn't really the bigger problem. It's his first name. That's why we just cut the name in, like, we take the first quarter of his name, Chig.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell the Okonkwo part is okay. DK, Travis, Cup, Warren Ford, Eckler, Garendo. Chongo, baby. 12-team. Yeah, it is 12-team PPR. I love it. What was the starting budget? The cap to start. And my next question would be, were any of these keepers from last season? But I think I'm going to answer my own question with a no. Nevertheless, this is beautiful.
I thought I saw something come up today that Travis Hunter got hurt. Did you see anything?
Why? I don't know why I'm reading a Deepak Chopra or even look at a Dr. Morse. Why don't you just do it? Do this. What? You should do that.
No.
You could be an aggregator, like Dove.
No. I'm perfectly happy in my lane.
But I mean, you're more on top of the injuries than most. Whether they're accurate or not is a different story. $200 no keeper. CMC went for 43, so that's where you blew the wad. Yeah, that's nice, man.
Okay, so yeah,
that's very nice. Very nice, Chongo. Now, I'm gonna ask the question, and I'm pretty sure I have the answer to. This isn't your only draft. I'm sure you're gonna probably do or have done a redraft seasonal, but this one. Tell me you didn't love the auction. The auction is really, like, once you do auction, it's hard to do the snake. It's hard to go back to that. It really is. The strategy is right here. Where if you're drafting out of the, let's say, the 6th hole, and you've done enough mock drafts, or you've seen enough mock drafts, or done enough drafts, you know exactly the range of players that are going to be around there. Tron could have sat back and waited for like a half hour to put the bid in on CMC, or he let somebody else put the bid in on CMC. That's the way.
So they have like an auctioneer there when they're doing auctions, you know?
Well, okay, so at the expo where they have their little auction, they actually have somebody doing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But then Yahoo or any of the sites, it's a timer. It's a regular timer.
Oh, okay.
You have your you have the nomination clock, which is probably like 10 seconds, and then there's the bid clock. $1. Then the clock, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, $5, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, $20, 5, 4, 3, 2. You won. Nobody else puts that bid in, obviously. The expo, that guy was great. That guy was probably professional. Yeah, no, that guy is an auctioneer. Yeah, no, absolutely. That guy was great. From what I saw. Seems like you saw more than I did. You know what else I saw? I keep seeing photos pop up. But I mean, who am I to like rain on people's parades? But I did rain on someone's parade today. 2 sniper. What else we got? Browns.
Well, I mean, Jay brought up a good point, like about Travis Hunter, his upper body injury being out for the preseason game. This is kind of was what we were kind of scared of for Travis Hunter, him playing both ways, and we just never know, right? Like it's tough. It's tough doing one job in the NFL. It's hard tackling Derrick Henry. It's hard running routes against Marlon Humphrey, and it's hard to run against Zay Flowers. They're asking him to do all three, and this is always a concern, even if it's preseason.
You spent not one but 2 first-round picks to get this otherworldly unicorn talent. They're gonna have to make a decision. They're gonna have to make a decision for what's also best for the organization, not just what's best for Travis Hunter. They're gonna have to decide. Look, where is he more of an asset for us, and limit the amount of a beating that he's subject to. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, where is he going to be more of an asset? Is he the next Pat Surtain, or is he the next, or is he the next Jamar Chase,
or is he somewhere in between?
Hopefully, he's the next Jamar Chase.
He'll be a subject to a beating. Yeah, he's going to be subject to a beating.
Yeah, especially with that guy. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence airmailing throws. Yeah, unless Trevor Lawrence cleans up his accuracy or his ball placement. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. After yesterday, who cares? Shadori has the oblique. He's not going to start this weekend. Dylan Gabriel is going to start this weekend. Dylan Gabriel was also not available last weekend, hence why Shador did start. So I kind of feel like this would have been Shador's start. But now you're throwing in obliques, so then that's kind of like a monkey wrench.
If Dylan Gabriel bombs, Shador's down that much closer to starting quarterback spot.
I don't see how they can hold on to 5 quarterbacks.
What's up to 6 now? Well, I guess you're not counting Deshaun Watson.
I am counting Deshaun.
I think it's 6 now.
Yeah.
Flacco. Oh, the Scoop.
Yes, Snoopy.
Snoop.
He's gonna
got 6 quarterbacks there.
They're gonna release him for sure. They signed him to get another body into camp, as if like they don't have enough. I think what will wind up happening is it's Pickett. You can't do anything about Deshaun this season, and they're going to keep their 2 draft picks, and it's Flacco to start. It's Shadori. I kind of like him. I like him too. Why do we like him? We went over this. We like the story. We like the dude that is all the way up top, then gets knocked down off the mountain, laying on the ground, and now we're trying to pick him back up.
But see, I mean, I liked him in college too. He was on a crappy Colorado team because they were decent. Just they had a crappy offensive line, and you could see on his throws in college that he had it. There's especially his touch passes, that there's something there, but then I think he comes off, I guess, cocky kind of. Which I don't think he is. I think he's just confident in himself.
Yes, there's an arrogance, there's a cockiness, there's a sense of entitlement. his genetics, his generational talent.
But I do like the fact he told his dad, "I don't want you around training camp. I don't want that dog and pony show here."
No way. Did you know that Dion had prostate cancer too?
He had bladder cancer.
Bladder cancer, that's right.
Yeah.
Bad, actually. I think they removed it, actually.
Yep.
And that was going on while he was in the draft process. I don't think he feels like he's that entitled as much as his father does.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't really know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
you just don't really know.
I think he's got talent. He's also brought in with a silver spoon in his mouth. I know what that's like. And not to that extent, obviously. But he's also got a very good faith. So you also have to take that into account. So he is grounded to
very
that
grounded. Yeah.
He is grounded to that extent. So he plays it well both ways. Nevertheless though, fantasy, a nothing burger for us right now. Najee advancing to drills now. Progression suggests playing by week 1.
Interesting.
He's able to open his eye now.
But I'm assuming that means he can see with both eyes. That's what I'm assuming.
He's able to open up his eye. I mean, that's just humans. He's young. And that's just humans in general. Everybody thinks their children are the best.
That is true. That is very much true.
I could definitely agree with that. But we're also talking about a football player too, right? A football player. Again, I want us to let's backtrack a little bit. It's like we didn't like Shador, not because of the talent, but because of who he was and like this misconception, and it's Deion's son and all this flash, and he didn't interview well, and he was maybe entitled, maybe not. The reports are he didn't come across right. He came across arrogant. They were only going to take meetings with certain teams. Remember that, Jay? He wasn't going to sit down with anybody, almost like what his father did. And then we saw the fall. So now we're rooting to pick him back up, and I like that. I like that part. Now we're rooting for him because it could have been worse. We were just so happy that he got drafted in the 5th round. There was a good chance that he was going to go undrafted at that point. It was looking bad, remember?
Yeah, it was looking bad.
It was looking bad. It was looking bad.
For that type of drop, you got to remember, Sniper, he was a projected 2nd rounder. He a whole entire day went on.
I almost wonder if he would have dropped, say, to the 6th or 7th round. I wonder if the Rams would have taken a stab at him.
I mean, it got to a point though. Seriously, like I thought they were kind of doing like the LeBron thing, where how Bronny was like, if you pick him in the 2nd round, we're not going to. I thought it was like that at some point. Because I was like, he shouldn't be dropping this much. Like it has to be another story behind it. I mean, there's a lot of things that went into it, but like you said, everybody's rooting for him now because of it.
That he to make the roster, to just have maybe another opportunity. Yes. Because it was looking a lot worse than where it's at now. Okay, yeah, Najee can maybe see now out of 2 eyes. That's good news. Josh Downs has a hamstring, average 2 to 3 weeks, but the severity heavily varies. Each missed week in preseason correlates to -5% increase for in-season risks. Eagles, Nakobe Dean, patellar tendon.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And that's it. That's it for the injuries.
And of course, Joe Mixon is still Joe Mixing.
Joe Mixie's mixing?
Joe He's
he's still mixing. He's not a complete
He's not
product
doing
yet still.
Why do I keep?
he's on the sideline with a clipboard going,
Why do I keep?
my job. I'm losing my job. I'm losing my job.
Why is that other? I saw something like that from the other PT, right? Or the other doctor. I shouldn't discredit when I say PT. He may be a doctor of physical therapy, but what did he say that Joe Mixon let's take this for a second. Hold on. Let's really try to make logical sense out of this. If there was something really seriously wrong with his foot, would you be in a walking boot or would you be like in a cast of some sort? Like he's only in a walking boot. It doesn't seem to me like it's that serious. Yet people think that this dude is not going to play this year.
I'm not a doctor, so
Yeah,
I don't even want to pretend to even guess what that means.
Let me see.
Or what's the difference? It's just
a walking boot helps you walk.
Something's not healing right.
Yeah, I mean, but that could. I don't know what the initial diagnosis was. I mean, a boot is for. I would assume a boot would be more for muscle, tendon, things like that. A cast. When I think of a cast, I think of a broken foot, a broken bone. So, like I said, I don't know what the initial diagnosis was for Joe Mixon. I guess I need to find out.
I'm trying to find. I want this specific tweet though. Here's the doc on Travis Hunter. Here's Focus being quote tweeted by Stuckio.
But the longer he's out, it's not good to look, especially when I'm reading that Nick Chubb is looking pretty good, looking healthy. Then I saw
something's fishy. Something's not right. Something's not right there. Based on his injury designation, based on a walking boot, the boot could just be a precaution. Yes, I think that's what I think it is. I do. I think it's just like just not to have pressure on it. Whatever.
But at some point, it needs to start. It needs to start healing. You would think. I think if it was healing somewhat, the boot would be off.
And then, I mean, they put him on the NFI too.
Mm-hmm.
They put him on the pup.
Non-football injury. So he obviously did something not football related, not team related, and all right, jerk. We've got Woody on standby.
It's probably why we're not getting many details, because if we get any details, they'll have to give more details out.
True. I saw fantasy receipts posted. Somebody wrote that Dameon Pierce is the running back to get that. He had an off year last year, and it's like I'm starting to think. I commented back. This is his third year. You would think that after 3 years, he'd be done with his off years, and for that, if that was their case, then they would have moved up in the draft to get Woody Marks.
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't have freaking signed Chubb.
Exactly.
By the way, Dameon Pierce is in the same bucket with Brees and Pacheco. He was in that draft class, a third or a fourth rounder. James Cook just set the market. He just set the bar for that class. Well, Kyron did too, actually. But he made a little bit more, significant more. Aaron Rodgers had a boo-boo. I'm gonna get the GOAT image tackling Rodgers on here. That's what we're gonna, That's what we're gonna have come Monday. All right, dear. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. I think we'll go on that now, right? The thank you, dear. Appreciate you.
I appreciate her too.
Yeah, so I heard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's what they did with me.
She's helping keep everybody in line too. My little OTC friend.
Both of you. Unbelievable. And it's like in this league of babies, the baby goats. Yet now Sniper's drafting with them. It's pretty funny, actually. It's pretty funny. Are you drafted? You're not drafted, are you?
No, AB, I'm drafting. Yeah.
You drafted.
Yeah. AB's drafting too. Yeah.
Did we come up with a prize for this league?
Yeah. I'm doing. Remember, because we talked about whoever
Yeah,
wins.
well, you remind me.
But then, so they get an automatic bid for the big league tournament. Then I said that. Then I said today that I'll do either a championship ring or like a, like that.
What are you showing us? Your tattoo?
The belt.
The chip. Oh, that belt. You know that belt that Trophy Smack is not cheap for metal that's not real.
This belt was $75. I went cheap. I didn't get the big old giant WWE style. I got the little AEW style.
This is true. I'm not sure if you're saying that you're going to leave us or you're implying like we appreciate you, like to the moon. To the moon. Yes, absolutely. 7 a.m. Ron. You guys got a date? At 7 a.m.
Shoot, we were talking DMs at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's why I switched. That's why he added her into the league.
Fabulous. I was up at 5. No one's DMing me at 5. I was up. All right, we're out of here. GX Chiefs. Well,
Chief.
you are the war chief.
Oh.
But the Chiefs are going to take the field in about an hour. You gonna watch that?
Probably not.
No,
Probably not.
Probably look into a little bit of it.
Yeah, I'll skim it. I'll skim it. You know, I'll get a little, peek in here and there.
Yeah, so will I.
He's Abjude. ABJUDE.
Yeah,
he's drafting in the
tag him
spot, I think.
He's another baby goat.
Yeah.
Those that have the experience that provided here on the channel are also in a league with newcomers. All right. This is your creation. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. We'll be back on Monday. Thank you.
Yeah. Be a difference, make difference. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Go Angels.
Oh. Go Joe Mixon's foot.
Yeah. All right. Got last.
This guy just got it in there. He just got it in shadows. Give it to him, JX.
Let's see. What? Okay. One man keeper league question. Keep Kyron to lose round 8 or keep Brock Bowers to lose round 10?
I'm taking Brock Bowers. I'm keeping Brock Bowers.
Absolutely. I am keeping Brock Bowers and losing the 10th round pick. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hands down. That's money right there.
Yeah.
Because you'll be able to get Kyron Williams probably on the turnaround or wherever you're drafting at. But Bowers, he's not going to go in the 10th round. Not no more.
No, he
last year.
He's borderline. He's borderline second round pick, or right in the middle of the second round pick, end of the first. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Bowers.
100% taking Bowers.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think that's it then.
All righty. All right, folks. You guys have a good one.
Good night.